Remix. 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 Remix.
Oh, yeah. Welcome out. This is the Remix Morning Show. I go by the name of the Ear Doctor. Thank y'all for tuning in, showing your love right here, right now. We got a dope show together for you, bringing you that boom bap breakfast. And yes, us. You know, Jesus made the bread leaven, but he didn't do it. And I can't do it without my brethren. Evan.
You did it. That was pretty good.
You know.
Good.
I was working on it like just now. Like
You were like, oh God, how am I going?
What's the word? That's the word that rhymes with Evan. Okay, we got Renee rebooting, so she should be here soon. Kim, late as usual. But, you know, we got a whole show. We got guest host coming a little later at 9. Listen, we got a full show for y'all. I hope y'all doing good. My brother Jamil, big up to you. I got bars.
Yo, peace, bro, Jamil. Peace.
Yeah, love from the from WPFW. Go check his show out. Yeah.
I always forget he has a show. That's right.
Yeah. Him and a beautiful sister. He's out there, you know, spreading the word. You know what I'm saying? What 11? Oh, my bad. I've been wrong one. Big up to A-Rob.
Yo, I think I told you, but like, I don't know, man. Africans all over the diaspora.
Yeah.
Peace. Africans all over the diaspora will add an S, man, and I very much take it as like
that's like old people saying Facebooks and Instagrams.
Yeah, bro. It's very much like endearing, you know what I'm saying, from my community. That's how it feels when I see it.
Yeah, man, yeah. It's big up to Soul Mega. ATL. Everybody's over here getting ready for this whole FIFA thing over here, man. You know.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, the city is still trying to get ready.
Okay.
Doing all this traffic and it's crazy right now. They just, and you know, a lot of people that got Airbnbs, they not getting the money they thought they was gonna get. Hotels are like, listen, they not coming like we thought. So
they shouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, if you look up visas in all these different countries, they like, you know what?
I don't know. Straight up, it's not safe. You know what I mean? Like at a very fundamental level, it isn't safe for people to come here. It's not safe for us to be here for real, but it's not safe for people to come here with how, you know, the state is operating. And then beyond that, just the ability for the US and the Zionist entity to like wash their genocides, their continued aggression against the global South, and be able to host world anything.
Yeah. I got a DJ something right across from Centennial Park, so I'm gonna be seeing all these foreigners. I think there's gonna be a lot of people here from Atlanta. Actually, this is gonna be coming to see what's going on more than, you know, people outside of the country.
I mean,
we'll see. But you gotta be a millionaire. Like, even speaking of spending a lot of money, the games last night in the NBA Finals, the tickets in Madison Square Garden.
I heard the cheapest one was like $6,000, $7,000.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Big up to the Spurs for putting foot upon neck last night.
Is that what happened? Okay. I don't follow none of that. So, but I have followed that, like, the Knicks have been winning, so the Spurs finally
got one in the Garden with celebrity row of Tracy Morgan, Jay-Z, Fat Joe, Ben Stiller, you name it. They had everybody out there and they got beat. So, and you know, I got some New York friends, and out of control right now.
Yeah, I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it. Like I said, I haven't followed the games, but I can tell what's happening by how many Knicks fans are just milling about the street. You know what I mean, on social media. It's crazy.
Good idea right there. Buy BLM merch, not NBA tickets.
Don't buy these expensive tickets. Get yourself a nice shirt.
I concur.
Get yourself a nice hoodie, a nice teacup.
Yeah. So that was good. I got to watch the game with my kids last night. They came through, and my daughter's really getting into it. I love it. She's coming out on the basketball court, taking shots and everything now. And I'm like, all right. I told her.
How long has she been playing?
She hasn't. So like 2 weeks. She's 16. I'm like, listen, man, let's just go out here and have fun. We ain't got to challenge each other. Let's just take shots at different parts, because that's my routine. Even if there's no one there, I just go out there and hit I do my around the road. What the fuck is it called? Around the world shit. So I hit all the insides and then go all 3-point shots. Yeah. And then I got to make a half court shot, a 3-point outside of the 3, and then I got to make a field goal, a free throw before I leave.
Solid fundamentals. So how long does it take you to get through this?
Maybe like 20, 30 minutes.
Okay. Not bad.
Good workout. But man, how was your weekend? You was bapping?
It was good. What was happening? We had some stuff going on. Nothing major over the weekend. Some stuff coming up. And also BAP is really just getting geared up for we've had this petition out trying to stop the games. Games are coming, games are here, so we will be reorganizing to highlight that contradiction for people, and let people know, right? It is not safe, right? It's expensive, and these countries should be able to watch their genocides and their crimes against humanity, anything.
Let's see if we can get Renee.
Hey, what's up, Renee?
Maybe not.
Maybe
not. Who's to say? As Danny Glover said in Color Purple. We'll let her go ahead and hit us in the private chat when she's ready to go. Yeah. But and then Trump was there last night at the basketball game. Yeah, he was sitting right next to the owner of the Knicks in the box, and as soon they was doing a pledge of allegiance, a Star Spangled Banner. And they showed him, and the crowd was like, boo. I was like, what did he expect, though? Like, really? I mean, I think he loves it now. He loves the boos. Yeah.
I mean, like, what does it matter to him? For real, man.
No, I'm going to do my thing regardless of how y'all feel about me.
Exactly. So, no, I mean,
oh, my God.
He was there. But you asked me about my weekend. My weekend was good, though. I gearing up for BAP stuff. Have some pocket stuff in the works that I will announce. Not works, but announcing our ASP coming up. But the weekend was good. Actually went up to New York for a little bit, spent some time with family, chilling with my nephew and playing a lot of video games. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I got there, he was like, He's like,
yeah.
Controller, you know what I mean? You already know.
Nice escapism right there. Nice escapism.
Yeah, bro. It's hard to, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm sure for parents, I've heard parents tell me, and other caregivers, right? You're hanging out with like the young people in your life. It's kind of hard to focus on all the BS. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, at least for this little bit, like he's happy. We're going in. Got a couple of wins on Fortnite. We were pretty good team. I will say.
You know what I realized about video games, man, especially for single guys, like it's so peaceful. It's so peaceful. I remember back in, like, coming out of college or whatever, in college, like, you could spend all day playing video games, drinking, smoking something, just not having to spend no money. Not having to spend no money. You at peace, you laughing, you joking, and then you wind up getting a relationship, and you're like, So that's why a lot of guys, they still be like, I don't want to. You gotta
I feel
stick
sorry
down.
for them, but I can't relate. You know what I'm saying? My partner be playing video games with me. She be chilling.
Exactly. You gotta find the right partner.
I know. You gotta find the right person for you.
Yeah.
For do
teach them
with persons. Yeah.
But let me tell you about my weekend.
Okay, come on.
Man, I figured out how old I was this weekend. I started.
What happened?
Me and my homegirl, we started the morning off, went and played some basketball and did a hiking trail.
Solid.
After that, went to the store, got some food, cooked some food, fell out. Then went to an art show, walked around the neighborhood to the art, and then after that, went to my homegirl had a birthday party, and they was teaching bachata lessons. So I got to learn my bachata. I got to get that on. I know Claudia will be loving that. So I got those. We got those lessons in, and then right after that, they went into full party mode. So they salsa, bachata, merengue. They was in there getting busy. So I'm up here trying to count my steps, all offbeat. And then I was like, fuck these steps. So then I just started doing my own thing. And I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to get in the rhythm when you're doing that shit. You can't be trying to count those steps.
Nah, man.
And then my people right next door was having like a house party, like house music all night long. They had a whole convention of house DJs. So walk straight in there.
That is an Atlanta thing for sure. A convention of house. It's just...
walk straight in on the dance floor and just got busy. I mean, and my legs was like, bro, what was you thinking today?
I know you feeling it. I know you feeling it.
It felt so good. I just know I know dancing is a hell of a workout, man. And I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it.
For sure. I hear about like younger people who who go to parties and like don't dance or whatever. I know like a lot of younger people are like worried about like, social media getting filmed or whatever, but I feel like I came up, at a good time. We were still doing those parties, going to house parties, the walls are sweating, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of vibe. So
yeah, let me be who I am.
Are you about to call?
You know me.
We got what we got in the chat.
Who we got in the chat?
Zinzabel. We don't care. Go be alone.
Huh? No, Zinzabel has nothing else to do. She tunes in just to be mad. It takes shots.
No, actually, A-Rob, this is actually fascinating. So from A-Rob, not today. You used to be able to buy the game and that's it. Now they got microtransactions and you got to pay for other stuff all the time to keep playing. I've noticed that trend. You know what I mean? Like playing as a kid, like because I started with like Nintendo, Super Mario, Duck Hunt. You know what I mean? So because of my age, I went from that all the way to like what we have now, like PS5 or whatever, right? And it was interesting. It was actually interesting, like because my nephew is the one who got me into playing Fortnite. He also plays Roblox, right? So I've heard about those two games as being like incredibly popular amongst young people. But it's when I tell you that like these companies will hire psychologists, right, behavioral scientists, and the like to design games such that they are what they call in their language sticky, right? Sticky is in like it keeps you in the game, it keeps you engrossed, right? Keeps you coming back. And that piece around the microtransactions is big, you know what I mean? And it was weird, like going to business school, for instance, and then coming like and then playing these games. I'm like, oh wow, this is like these are the exact same techniques, you know what I'm saying? They teach you in business school to like increase your subscriber count, keep your subscribers, you know what I'm saying? All this other stuff. And then also take more and more, because this is the point, take more and more surplus value, right, from your subscribers, from your players, right? So like what can I do? What can I give them to entice them to spend this money or whatever? Like Fortnite is better. Fortnite is better in the sense that like you can play that game and like not ever spend money. But Roblox is you don't have to spend money to play Roblox, but it's much more involved, and I think like from what I can tell, much more exploitative, even to the players, because these are also like platforms, right? So like you have like these kids literally building video games, right? Like as developers, and they're obviously not getting paid in that way, right? And like this company's just sucking up all the value, but it's a pretty honestly, it's a pretty scary place. Like I like talked to my nephew about it and like, yo, like, should you want to play this, right? Because he knows, right? Like he knows, it's
I don't mess with online, man. It's crazy out there. They'll cuss you out and everything. Call you a nigga.
I'm not even gonna like I don't even put on my headphones on. I'm like, all that's on mute. I don't even hear nobody.
Yeah, but I ain't go front. That Call of Duty had me in a chokehold for years.
Yeah, Call of Duty is good for those microtransactions, right?
Whew, but even with the new Tekken, I was playing the new Tekken, and you got to pay for some of the people to play with. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
When you got the game before, it was just like, yo, you
just had it. You just had it.
I'll tell you who's probably not a gamer, but I could see who could be. Burn it down, Kim Brown.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
What up, Kim?
I was a mean Tetris. I was mean on the Tetris.
Okay. Yeah. Tetris.
Moving those blocks, getting them
moving them bricks.
Russian levels, and I was mean on the Tetris.
Yes, you look like you was good at Miss Pac-Man too.
My mother likes Miss Pac-Man.
Oh yeah, not you.
See, back in the day when shout out to all my Atari 9000 players.
Yeah.
You could play Pitfall. What? With one button? You kids could never. The children could never, Air Doctor. One joystick, one button? How would they live?
Hey, how about I used to beat my sister's boyfriends used to come over the house, and I used to beat them in Frogger with my feet. All you had to do is use the joystick with your feet, and just push it up and push it back. I used to beat their ass in Frogger. That was the greatest.
Yo, I know they hate you. I know they hated you.
Like, I be sitting there like, so you like my sister, huh? Beating me.
Let me put these feet on you. Mess you up in this game.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, nice good weekend. How was your weekend, Kim?
Yeah.
Oh, weekend was good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, trying to get things activated and growing over here.
Oh, activated and growing over there.
Yes.
With your green thumb.
Cocoa leaves? What we going growing over there?
Whoa.
On YouTube?
D-Boy. I know D-Boy is in your heritage.
Oh, my bad. Change the subject, Renee Johnston.
I know you had them D-Boy, antics going on in your youth, sir. Calm down. This is a family show.
Cocoa leaves are good for numbing your jaw when you got problems.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Lots of medicinal.
See, y'all going somewhere else. See,
hush.
Can you grow? Are you allowed? Is that permissible? Can you?
I don't think so. I
didn't think so either.
Why not?
You can grow poppies though. You can grow poppy. Why couldn't you grow cocoa?
Exactly. This is for numbing.
Um,
Boy, they don't want you to heal without their consent and them putting some extra drugs in it to addict you, boy. I tell you.
You're 100% right about that. Peyote, I think, is a Schedule 3 narcotic under federal standards, and it's like it's medicine and been used as medicine. But no, the white man said,
"Nah, I got to get my hand in this,
or lock you non-whites up."
Yeah. Renee, how you doing?
Man, listen.
When New Yorkers lead off with "man," listen.
Get ready for the story.
Struggle is real and actual.
And I'm not even going to give y'all the details, but I will say that I hate when Air Doctors write this morning moment, because I was running behind schedule already. But in my head, I was like, everything's going to be fine. I can get there right when we're starting. It's going to be fine. And then, of course, because life be lifing, it wasn't fine. And then I had to admit that Air Doctor was right. But although with what happened, 10 minutes would not have been enough to fix the problem.
If it was a team effort, it could have been.
Because I actually had to shut everything down. I had to update. I had to do a whole thing that I just had been trying to avoid because I don't like when they send the updates, but then it'd be breaking your computer when you don't do it. And so,
Yeah, that surveillance iOS got updated, Renee. Nothing can work on your end until you can be properly surveilled. So comply or get stuck.
Right. So I apologize for being late, everybody.
Well, I didn't know if y'all was gonna come, so I invited someone else. Claudia.
Hey,
What's
true.
She came in with her pajamas on and everything.
Hey,
I did. I'm rocking Palestine jersey. What's up?
Yeah.
With respect, yes.
It's World Cup time.
Hey.
The happiest time of every 4 years for me.
Really?
Plus it's Pride Month. Plus Iran is bombing Israel. Shit is popping over here.
It's popping.
Hey,
Popping.
go.
Who knew? Long time, Claude. How you been?
I know. Claw. It's wow.
I forgot. My bad.
Wow.
Like
A
Dr.
bitch
Claw.
goes to the hospital once. Jesus.
I had to do it, man.
Yo.
So, Cloud, good.
The prodigal daughter has returned.
Hey.
Hello.
You gonna start coming back Wednesdays so we can make Women's Wednesday. We'll
see.
All right.
I'll kick it with my comrade Jackie.
Yeah.
Rakita coming back.
I know, right? Wait, so I heard bachata. You dance now?
Yeah. I went and got me some bachata lessons.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you gonna play cumbia for me? Because
Sure.
in a minute.
What is that again?
Yeah, you gotta check it out. I'll send you some things.
Yo, but they was in there. Let me tell you. I was saying earlier how I went to this whole lessons and dancing. Man, you talk about sweating, dancing hard, playing the whole song till it ends at dun. That's how all the songs end. Dun. It was great. But great weekend. All right. So now that y'all all here, usually we try to get everybody here 5 minutes so we can go over what stories we were going to go over. But you're all here now. We'll figure it out.
We're gonna make it work.
So much shade.
What is it? Tuesday.
We have our notes here, Doctor.
Bar Wednesdays tomorrow, but there are some bangers in there, including my article with Evo. I will just say it was a banger.
That is a fire article. That was a good one.
Erica also has a phenomenal article there that talks about a case in Trinidad and Tobago. Really. I think the name of the case is Kaya Sealy.
Yeah.
Pigs killed her baby daddy, I think, right? Yeah, and now they're trying to charge her with manslaughter or one of the charges, but it's on some, USian shit.
Oh, that must be Claude's sound doing it. Yeah. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we gave y'all a little tease there. We got some news for y'all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump into our first break. We got a guest host coming later. Also, packed show, y'all. So make sure y'all tell a friend it's on and pop it once again. And make sure y'all check out me and Kim Brown this Thursday as we take y'all to a place where it's dark. It's very dark. The dog.
Hell is hot.
DMX. So stay tuned for that.
Be a show. I can already hear him rapping in my ear.
Yep.
One more time.
Why y'all say that? Like I wasn't into DMX like that, believe it or not. I could appreciate him, but it was too niggerish. Like I had to say it. And this comes from someone
dead, Kim.
And I love Wu-Tang. You understand? Like I love Ape on MJG, and DMX was too niggerish for me.
I'm dead.
He smoked cigarettes. He had a dog.
Yeah.
You cuss like a sailor.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
you got some points there, Kim.
I
All right,
mean,
let's
but
take-
DMX has a Baltimore connection. Shout out. So we'll
Oh,
go
word.
with
really?
that on Thursday. Yes, he
Okay,
does.
all
Mhm.
right. Well, let's take a quick break and we're gonna come back right here on No Other Than. What am I doing here?
Yep.
I don't have the song ready.
Mm-mm.
Right.
The Remix Morning Show. Yeah. Let's do that. Oh, that's the wrong damn song. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's my meditation. Anyway, hope y'all meditating and getting right. That was a little something to get you to breathe. Inhale, exhale. Do that with me and you'll be all right. You'll live a couple days longer in your life. All right, check this out, man. We're gonna go ahead and get to the weather. Weather's crazy right now because you got a like button that need to be hit first. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Go to patreon.com, become a member over there, get footage that's rare. Donate where? blkliberationmedia.org. Get you some merch over there and get fly. Forget them NBA tickets. Go get you some merch. Stop playing. All right, ATL. We got a high today at 80 degrees. Next, let's take it to DC. This is crazy. I'm going to just keep going up. DC, 81 degrees. Chicago, 82 degrees. Chicago is hotter than ATL today, y'all. I don't understand. Houston, 88, regular. Belize City, they got a high today of 87 degrees. And last but not least, Mombasa, Kenya, they got a high today at 85. That's pretty cool. But I tell you what's not too cool. What's going on down here in Georgia? Yeah, let me show y'all what's going on in Georgia.
Guys, and check this out right here. This is Macrocheles apalachicola, or the Apalachicola alligator snapping turtle, one of the threatened species that live here in the state of Georgia, where data centers are springing up all over the place, and the water usage that these data centers will require will absolutely decimate the populations of prey that these turtles need. Alligator snappers need freshwater clams, mollusks, and snails that depend upon clean, cool water. So if these data centers are eating up millions of gallons of water a day, these turtles are going to suffer in the end. And they're just one species out of tons that are going to have the same fate. And I think I speak for everybody. When amazing animals just like this share our state, it would be a shame to lose them.
That's right.
Guys, and
yeah, they are popping up like crazy here in Georgia. So I don't know how long y'all gonna see me here. We're gonna find out. But let's bring it back to the Remix Morning Crew. Now we do. Yeah.
That was a big ass turtle.
Big ass turtle in
What
the
was that?
data centers. Man, they are popping up like crazy
That's
here.
crazy.
Yeah, they say in Fayetteville, which is down the street from me, muddy waters, the pressure in the showers is getting weaker. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. These data centers are awful. Yeah.
Y'all got
I'm gonna. What up?
Baltimore, right? Isn't there like a struggle happening near Baltimore?
There's a whole team around it, trying to push back against the data centers in this area. Yeah, I mean they're all over.
So,
Yeah.
Cloud, when you're not speaking, let's put that mic on mute because I'm getting a little feedback. I got to be out of here at 9 something, so I'll just let y'all know that now. I got one more break for y'all, and
Didn't we talk yesterday?
What?
Me and Ear Doctor, we spoke, we conversed. He didn't mention he was leaving early. Just saying.
He makes
Did
his
He
schedule.
also just straight up did like a I gotta leave early click. Like,
Yeah.
what just happened? What
You
just
niggas got
happened?
it.
We're free, y'all. We can do whatever we want.
True.
What sword y'all want?
That was so rude.
So mad. We were
I'm
getting
in like the random clip. What is
I know.
happening
What is
right
happening?
now? What is going on?
Is he PMSing?
Oh, whoa. Oh man, I just seen the men complaining about andropause. Is that a thing? That the man menopause and nobody talks about it. Nobody
Oh,
cares
that's so
about
funny. I was
about
just
the men going through andropause.
that might. This
I had
might
not
be-
heard.
Yeah. I don't
Wait,
know.
is that real or did is that
I
like that's an
mean,
actual thing?
if
So
we
it's a thing, but it's a thing that not all men will experience, as whereas all women will go through menopause, right?
bro,
Like,
don't. I really don't want to.
It's losing testosterone. Continue, Kim.
forward to
Teach
it.
them something.
well, but ear doctor, if men take good care of themselves, if they exercise and eat right, the effects of andropause will be minimal, and effects on their reproductive health generally won't be affected. They can still sire children well into the 70s should they choose. However, 100% of women will go through menopause to catastrophic effects. Jesus, some of us. So
I'm dead.
know.
Sounds like a false comparison.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at Evan,
Like
the stage.
Sounds like the men wanted to get in on it too. They were like, we also have things going on.
That's hilarious. We also bleed.
Right. I mean,
Well, can I ask you guys a question about that? Because I've seen a conversation on TikTok, especially about Lil Boosie, and I know you guys are Lil Boosie
Boosie.
experts. So I wanted to.
Did you miss me?
For those who do not know Lil Boosie and do not feel weird if you don't, Lil Boosie is I don't know, he's young compared to us old folks. Let's put it that way. But he's had a 15-year plus career, and he's mad homophobic, mad transphobic. So he put out this invitation for a party talking about no trannies allowed, but it's a topless party.
wait,
But it's there's many layers of these problems. But hold on, the main what I'm trying to get at.
that's a strong start, Kim. You gotta okay, go ahead.
The main part I'm trying to get at here is the response obviously has been mixed, but because he solicits a transphobic audience, the audience is like, well, we shouldn't have trannies there, or respondents to his invitation. We shouldn't have and I'm sorry, my apologies for using a derogatory term. I'm quoting them, and maybe I shouldn't do that, but they said that trans people shouldn't come to the party because it has a negative effect on children. And I'm like, the party is a topless party. You want naked women there, I'm assuming, to objectify them and to gratify yourself sexually. What interpretation is the children supposed to receive from that?
Yeah, and like, why are children there in the first place?
Also, what music do you make, Boosie? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Like, what?
Listen. Wow.
Also, yeah, I think Zinzi's right. Isn't Boosie the one who brought his teenage son to a sex worker? I feel like I did.
No.
I'll look it up just to clarify. I feel like that sounds familiar.
Crazy. That's
It just seems to me that the elements, some elements of conversations of concern around children in our community, it goes way in the wrong direction. Like as if trans people are exclusively corrupting children. Meanwhile, they daddies is taking them to sex workers. Meanwhile,
man.
That's crazy.
Yes, he is doing that apparently for his young son and nephews. He characterized these actions as a rite of passage leading to widespread from child advocacy. I mean, yeah, man, this man's gross.
That's been a thing coming up. That has been a thing about take your child, take your son, take your son to go get some from a sex worker. That's been a thing for a long time in the community.
Why don't they take their daughters?
That's gross.
Well, there you go.
I mean, it's gross either way. 100. I'm just, making a point. But
yeah, I mean, it's also child sexual assault that they're facilitating.
Literally.
Let's just be clear about that, because it does frustrate me when because when it's young men and boys, right? It is considered a rite of passage, or what?
Totally.
The genders, it would be sexual assault, and it still is.
It still is.
A child, right? But because of the perversion of heteropatriarchy and all of these things, right? Like it's seen as this good thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's awful. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's
Claude, we might have Cloud, we might have to invite you back when you get your sound right.
Whoa.
I'll just mute myself when I'm not talking.
Yeah, it sounds bad, Kim. I'm production. I'm sorry, that's my job.
Cloud.
Renee, Renee, as the owner operator of Sun, I know you don't own him. I'm being flippant, but your thoughts. I mean, not to say about your kid in particular, but young men, young boys in his age range who will encounter this content, who largely aren't being monitored on social media as to what they are consuming, and then they come across this and they see this, and you know, their young pubescent minds go wild. Oh, a topless party, but you know, it's not thought of as being harmful to them.
Is it for the children?
No,
okay.
Right.
We got two separate things pertaining to the same person. On a separate occasion, Boosie did procure a sex worker for his child and his nephew. On this occasion, he is promoting his topless party, but he specified that there would be no trans women allowed at the party. But his larger point, I think, is because, I don't know, seeing trans girls is harmful, and we shouldn't be promoting that in our community, and I don't want no trans girls, blah, blah, blah.
So here's the thing that I think sometimes people are like, you just want to slap people. How would you know? Like, if someone is fully trans and has fully gone through all of the steps, how would you know? You wouldn't know. And they would be up there topless and hanging out, and you would be drooling, and you would have no idea. And so I do think people...
That's part of the problem for them.
But it's so asinine. This whole thing is so asinine. And I always want to say to people, like, why do you care so much about what is happening in someone else's pants? Like, why is that your business? Now, I don't know who this Boosie person is. I don't know. I've never heard. I think Cloud might have hummed a little bit. I'm totally unfamiliar, and I'm feeling like these are one of those
y'all do.
moments.
Hold on, y'all.
Because I feel like these are the moments where I'm like,
wipe me down. Wipe me down.
Wipe me down. Wipe me down. He did have a jam. Wipe me down was a jam. I ain't gonna
set it off.
Wait, but, that sounds vaguely familiar. Ain't
it called It's My Party, and I do what I want. If it's his party, do what he want, right? I mean, you can't wear red to a white party.
But people do it all the time. But also my point is, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And what? I'm so tired of stupid people. This is stupid. It's stupid.
This is also where the statistics of, murder of trans women comes into play when hetero dudes find out, because you're right, most of the time you really don't know, right, until it's too late or whatever, and then they freak the fuck out, their masculinity gets butt hurt, they're like, I'm not fucking gay, and kill the woman, this it's fucking crazy.
That I feel like that, and this idea that somehow trans people are the most prolific child predators out here, when we know and have all of the evidence that it is heterosexual men, cisgendered men that are out here harming children, harming women.
Yeah, drag hour at your local library is not fucking turning your kids.
That whole trend where all these women were like, you'd rather be with a bear than a man. It wasn't a trans woman and a bear. It was a cisgendered heterosexual man or a bear.
Literally, check your fucking gym teacher or whatever, right? It's not it's not the queen doing drag hour story time at the fucking library. It's your gym coach, right?
Or your creepy uncle like Boosie.
Totally, yeah.
or this fool. You know what I'm saying?
I will say, on the other side of things, this whole rite of passage in this method is so far beyond like my brain as something that you would want to do to your child, but okay. Like Ear Doctor, Ear Doctor said that this is something that's done. Unfortunately, that does not surprise me to hear because of where we are situated. But I think in general, and we've talked about this, like we have a really, really big problem, not just here, everywhere, of like this differential in how men, women, boys, girls, this whole like dichotomy that's been created where things are allowable for some things and not allowable for some things. Like, you know, girls should watch what they wear, but boys shouldn't be told to let women wear what they want to wear. Like, you know, like it's the whole thing. I just want the whole thing to just like blow up and disappear.
Mhm.
And this is just more evidence of how as a society we have set up these things based on gender, which is biologically fluid to begin with, right? and
Yeah.
the whole thing is just, it's just absurd. It is just so absurd. And I would never as a parent want that to be the method of which my child learns any of
It's
this.
awful.
That's
child abuse. Like, how are
ugh.
these rites of passage or whatever not child abuse? Like, that's nasty. Yeah. I forget I was.
News. Sorry, Clow.
Is this guy for real?
Yeah, he's really bothered by the hum in the background of your mic
No,
for
I
some
know.
reason. It's
You know
driving
what?
him
Then,
crazy.
Ear Doctor, get me a new laptop because mine's on its way out.
There we go.
First of all,
Anyway.
I wasn't even talking about that. I was like, can we get to some news story? And second of all, you just coming around after how many months of being going talking about give me a new mic?
Oh, we're not airing all
I
that
have
right
a new
now.
mic. I have a new mic and I'm not asking for anything, but I am letting you know my shit is dying. So if the noise bothers you so much, you can let a bitch know and I'll get a new mic.
Ear Doctor doing all these DJ shows, can't slide Cloud a little, you know, seems a little.
I know. What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? That's one show. That's one show, Ear Doctor. That's one show. And you just.
Are we gonna do news today? Are we?
Crazy. Actually,
That's all I was putting. That was all I was putting the thing up. It wasn't even about the mic
dead.
thing. It was like, can we get a story in?
I'm dead.
I thought the Boosie thing was a story.
This was news. This was news.
Yeah. I was.
Is this not a?
I'm hoping
Go ahead.
happen regular for the month of the World Cup, but I managed to talk Margaret, our dear comrade, into giving me a show for the month of the World Cup so that I can.
Oh.
Yeah, so it'll be on the YouTube, our bar YouTube, but I'm thinking of calling it Footy and Pints, where I'll be at a bar on location.
Footy and Pints, I get it.
Literally.
It took me a minute, right?
Right? Football and pints.
Yeah.
So, and my brother wants to co-host it with me from Lima, and I was like, all right, you go to a pub in Lima, I'll be in a pub in New York, we'll watch the games together, we'll go buck wild. I'm gonna be a hooligan. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Haiti's in it for the first time in 50-something years. Nah, stop.
Wow.
Peru didn't qualify, so I'm a free agent this World Cup.
Didn't Haiti recently get a win? Didn't they win? Didn't they advance somehow?
No, actually, Peru beat Haiti in a friendly.
Okay.
I already gloated to our dear comrade, Dr. Jamil Pierre, and I was like, we should do a jersey swap. So I'm awaiting my Haiti jersey.
I love this contradiction that exists in Cloud. It makes me feel a lot better about the fact that I haven't stopped watching American football.
Oh yeah, no.
I feel at peace. I appreciate
the thing with the boycott too, so the North. I'm sure folks have talked about the North South Project for People-Centered Human Rights. and I think we're at 32 other partner organizations in the Anti-Fascist Football Coalition have been pushing initially it was a Move the Games campaign. That was like phase 1. Folks might remember when I ran into Infantino in New York and I yelled at his bitch ass because he's a bitch ass.
On him, man. On him. Yes.
I was on him.
I remember.
The funny shit, I was there for Dina Boluarte when she was still the dictator in Peru. And I asked, I saw him randomly and I was like, bet. So I like clean my hair real quick. I asked my friend to take a video of it. And I had, because a good organizer, you always have to have your materials. I had our like petition for moving the World Cup. And so I handed it to him. We can find the clip somewhere. I think actually
would it be on Instagram? It'd be on Instagram, right?
Yeah, the North South Project's Instagram page, or I think Sovereign Media also did a thing for it. I'm dead. My mom's yelling at me to calm down. I'm like, it's football season, bitch. What do you want from me? Anyway.
Oh, you didn't say that to your mother. Look at Kim's face. Look at Kim's face.
Sorry, Ma. Sorry, Ma. Well, I'm dead. She just comes over here and she's like, I understand. In Spanish.
Don't get in trouble at home, Kyle. Don't get in trouble.
Don't get a beating on screen.
You're about to get the
I
slipper.
know, y'all are about to
get the slipper.
Man, if y'all could see all the work that was put into this run sheet.
Listen,
If he don't stop doing that.
I'm so rude. Anyway.
But the World Cup is news. I don't understand what we're doing right now.
So it is. Anyway.
Oh, I got it.
Got it? Okay, great. Great. Yeah. Yeah, that chancleta's going to be flying in a second.
Right, yeah, I'm like, I just want to get taken out. If we just
no, dead ass.
Just go off screen, man. Just duck. Just be sure to duck.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Let's see Cloud getting in work. Let's see. Hold on. If we can restart this.
I'm sure you do.
Let me try one more time.
Correspondence about getting Israel out of the World Cup. And the U.S. as well. The U.S. as well. Move the games. They're responsible for genocide. You have a human rights division, human rights office. They take care of it. I'm sure you do. You're just as responsible for the genocide, Infantino.
Just please.
Move the games! 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 Move the games!
Palestine!
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Yeah, shout out to Cloud.
Hey,
Thank you.
Love that.
I was there for Dina Boluarte to yell at her bitch ass, and then I see this bitch ass. I was like, oh, I'm gonna yell at you then. Fuck that.
You can get the same energy.
No, literally, I was like, you gonna get the smoke now because I ain't seen her, so you get the smoke for 60 massacres.
Oh my God.
But so that was the first phase, right? The Move the Game phase 1, and now we're in phase 2, where obviously the games have not been moved, and we are moving to boycott the World Cup and boycott the U.S., like a broader BDS movement against the U.S., right? But and I don't know if folks have talked about it here before, but tickets are like $6,000 a pop. Like, no, it's not our people that are going to watch these games. Our people are going to be at the fan fest, at the bars, etc. So, I'm going to be in there agitating, recruiting. So I don't personally see it as a contradiction, but theoretically, technically, yeah, it's a little bit of a contradiction. But I told the comrades, this is my favorite time of every 4 years. I can't be held responsible, and I regret nothing.
So just to plus one with Cloud saying, if you go to the Black Alliance for Peace website, the first thing you'll see is the boycott. Share this tab instead. Is the boycott the World Games or World Cup? Excuse me. So right at the top of the screen, you'll see that. Right, you can go to the bottom of the screen and sign on to our petition. This is a further explanation, and you can sign on to the petition here. You can also click on this square, and it'll take you to this page. Right, we can get more information around all of the individuals involved, right? The phases that my comrade Cloud was just describing, phase 1 and phase 2. And you can also endorse the campaign from here. So just want to highlight this, right? This is and for all of these reasons, we just said it, right? The US is dangerous, FIFA is normalizing genocide, international concern is clear, right? For all of these and more reasons, quite honestly.
Yeah. Well, even where the final is set to take place in Jersey at MetLife Stadium, it's literally 15 minutes away from Delaney Hall, a literal concentration camp, where I've been covering for Sovereign Media there. I've been a couple times. Thankfully, I haven't been there when it gets rowdy with the pigs, but at night, they start throwing tear gas. Like, I was like, oh, shit, Malcolm wasn't lying. The chickens are coming home to roost. And, like, I remember y'all when I was in Lima, Peru, and I was like battling the pigs there. I really felt like that prepared me for Delaney Hall, which is crazy.
That's real. Shout out to all the work you're doing out there, Cloud, and I know Renee, I know you're involved out there as well. But
no, I don't be on the ground out there.
Well,
No, yeah, well, actually, our mutual comrade and friend, Jordan Sheridan from Status Quo. I've seen him a couple times out there, and his camera guy, John Farina, I think.
Yeah, John Farina.
Yeah, like that. He's always out there, like fisticuffs with the pig, and I'm like, I'm too old for that shit now. I can't do it anymore.
So, well, I mean, I did take a peek, and I am curious because we're talking about, in part, the system just blanked on what Alec Karakatsan is called, like the punishment bureaucracy, I think is what he calls it.
Something like that.
Like, is actually a really good way to to frame it. I had not been following this story in Texas with the young man who was on trial for was it first degree they were trying to charge him with? I missed which one it was, what the actual charges were. So, but do you see it back there on the chart? So, and we talked about this when it first happened, because one of the concerns that I had when Carmelo Anthony was first charged was this, what seemed to me to be a blatant disregard for what happened before the incident, right? So why?
Real quick, can you just reset and tell people?
Yes,
when they hear Carmelo Anthony, they think the basketball.
They think of the basketball
right?
player. Always.
For those who have not heard of the story of, he's 18 now. I think
19 now.
19 years old, but he was 18 or 17 when this happened.
Right.
A young man. His name is Carmelo Anthony. His actual government name. He was a high school track athlete, and at a track meet where it was raining and the meet was delayed, there was a confrontation between he and this big white boy, and he stabbed the white boy and he died. But this is alleged that, number one, this child has no right to self-defense as a black child, and two, that he is being charged with murder now and faces life in prison behind this. But his folks assert, and his defense asserts, that he was confronted and jumped in a sense, or made to feel as though he was under immediate physical threat, and the child responded. So I'm sorry, Renee, I just wanted to tell the folks that not heard of this trial.
No, I appreciate it.
And the jury's all white.
Yeah,
it's not all white, but there are no black people on the jury. There are a couple of non-white people, but there are no black people on the jury.
So much.
And they had a trial. They had part of the trial on Saturday, which I've never heard of. I didn't know they did murder court on a Saturday, but they did. So,
for special occasions, Kim, for special occasions.
Right.
I think the thing. So I'll read just the beginning, but there's some. There are a couple things that stood out to me as well for the case. So I'll just do this intro first. A teenager who fatally stabbed a competitor at a Texas high school track meet was upset after the confrontation and said he had warned the victim not to touch me. One of the last trial witnesses testified Monday. Carmelo Anthony, now 19, is charged with murder in the death of Austin Metcalf, 17, in the school stadium in Frisco in April 2025. After a midday break that lasted 3 hours, the prosecutor and defense lawyer said they had no more evidence to offer on the fourth day of trial. Anthony did not testify in his own defense, and closing arguments were set for Tuesday morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're pushing this forward. There are a couple of things, right? So, like, you will see in the way this is framed, right? Immediately, Carmelo Anthony, now 19, is charged with the murder and death of Austin Metcalf, 17. First off, they're comparing Carmelo's age to now to the age that Austin was when he was killed, when he died.
Mm.
So that's the first thing, right? But I think it's also interesting that I don't think it's in this article. It might be the other one, because teen witnesses describe seeing it tested. So there's like another article right below it, right, where they're describing, like where there are witnesses describing it. And actually, maybe the video on the other one also mentioned it. The fact of the matter is, right, they start with the ages, and then they bury the lead that this white boy was much larger physically than Carmelo. And as I read the story, realized that it was him and his twin brother, right, that were kind of, harassing this kid. Apparently, they're the track meet. Apparently, Carmelo was not in his team's tent, was in a different team's tent, right? Which is not uncommon, right? At a track meet, you're going to, and the witnesses said he dapped somebody up when he got there, right? So we clearly know some people there. These other kids, tried to get him to leave, right? Said nobody wants you here, blah, 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 right? And Carmelo seems to be the whole time, right? Like, we'll be cool as long as you don't touch me. We'll be cool as long as you, don't bother me, right? Everything I see, it says that, Austin is the one who first made physical contact, which to me reads as, very straightforwardly self-defense.
Assault.
Rather assault, and self-defense of the assault. But I thought it was also interesting just the way that the way these kids were kind of retelling it, even though they're saying these, like, they're giving these details, I think there was still this sense of, like, because Carmelo didn't leave, right? He was trying to instigate something or trying to, like, be, trying to start something, even though he's not the one that first made contact. It's very strange the way it's being framed to me. But I think, the thing that stood out immediately, right, was this like, you lead with the age, and even more discrepancy because you're doing current versus old, the age when this kid died, and then bearing the lead that he was much physically much larger. And I thought they had pictures. There was definitely pictures of them where you can kind of see the, like, just from the picture, right, that this kid looks much bigger. But
even what you're saying about the eyewitness testimony, and Renee, I want you to jump back in here because I know we was about to say something and then I started running my mouth. My bad. But the fact that even as young as teenagers, white children understand that they have the right to dictate where Black people can be is wild to me. Like, how ingrained that is socially, culturally, maybe even epigenetically. Like, they just assume and move in the world as though I can tell a Black person where they can and can't be, irrespective of whether or not that person has a legitimate right to be there or no. Just a Black person's presence can elicit a white person to feel entitled to tell them to move or leave, which is crazy. Renee.
It's fine. You did what needed to happen, so we're good. But what you just said is in part kind of what's been playing in my mind as I'm reading these stories and kind of noting, and we talk about, like, this is what media does, right? So they have to set this story up in such a way that anyone who is following the story through mainstream media is under the impression that this young man did something wrong. He was where he wasn't supposed to be. He wasn't following the directive of the people who were telling him where to go. he got aggressive, and then, you know, and then someone ended up dead because of his aggression. Like this is the storyline that they're telling. And part of the problem is because in our society, inherently black boys are always seen as a threat. So you go into reading the story with this, you know, this sound, this repeating sound in the back of your head that all black boys are a threat. And so the goal for this, of course, is to make sure that in the eyes of the surrounding public, the neighborhood, you know, the general world is viewing this story as him having done something wrong, and no one is questioning again, like, who is this white boy to be saying to this kid, like, why are you over here? Go where you're supposed to be. Like, I ran track, right? You always go wherever, like, it's a long day. Like, y'all, if you've never participated in track and field and you do anything more than like 2 back-to-back events, or God forbid you do like the field events and you're doing like high jump and a race and you're throwing, like, it's all day. So you spend all day roaming around because guess what? Your race is probably only 15 seconds long. Like, this is not an environment in which people are like sitting by themselves in a corner. Like, people gravitate, you know, people from other schools, you know, like people go. The idea that his behavior and where he should be at any moment during a track meet required the policing of another student is crazy.
Yeah.
Finally, Evan, what you pointed out about the age thing literally is giving me a headache, because this is what they do. Right? Like, the age now versus the age then of the person who lost their life. And listen, I've said it all the time. I don't cheer on loss of life, right? In any circumstance. I don't. That's just not me.
Mm-hmm.
That said, why is it so let's say that they had done something and this young black man had ended up losing his life. It would have been the explanation literally would not have changed. It literally would not have changed. He was where he wasn't supposed to be. He was being aggressive, and this was the end result. Like, if you can understand how absolutely diabolical that is, that either result could have happened and the explanation would have remained the same.
Right. Yeah, I mean, precisely, Renee. Precisely. And that the dynamic that you just described, right? Either way it goes, is what we see much more often with like the cops, right?
Yeah.
Listen, don't listen. Resist, don't resist. It's probably end up the same, right? But you know, the story that they're going to tell, right, is all based on all the things that you were doing and how you were resisting arrest or what have you, you know. And I know this is like a hard pivot, right? But like this for me reminded me, like, the details of this case very much echoed, right, like the other story around Elijah McClain, right, and these 2 paramedics that just got off, right? So I'm gonna bring that story up too.
All right, and I know I think Cloud, you're gonna drop off whenever whoever's coming. But before you go, I did want to drop your article in the chat. About Bolivia. Thank you. Folks, if you want to give people a quick before you go, like what the article
absolutely.
Is, pulling that up.
So it is the first of 3 interview with Evo Morales from Laucaeña, where he has been since 2 years now, since the assassination attempt on his life, with thousands of people keeping 24/7 security guard outside. Wow. You know, they're very, very aware that the gringos are coming and they want to get Evo. And I mean, Bolivia right now is on, I think, almost day 40 of a general strike where they have completely shut the country down. I'll say this before I head out. If you're from Latin America, especially Central and South America, you know that the Panamericana highway that stretches from Panama to Chile, that is our Strait of Hormuz. If you can blockade that shit, that country goes down. Like, it's a fucking wrap, right? So there's a very intense battle in Bolivia right now for the defense of the lithium, right? And I've said it before. Bolivia is a far more organized society. They've had 20 years of like deep organizational drive that the other countries in the lithium triangle just don't have, right? So it was always going to have to be Bolivia to like lead that struggle. But, you know, with the Zone of Peace campaign, with our structures that we work with in BAP, you know, we are organizing ourselves. We are strategizing around what actually does the defense of lithium look like physically, realistically. You know, the enemy looks at maps all day long and sees how they can conquer, right? So like on the flip side of that, we need to also be looking at maps and seeing how to defend, right? Tomorrow, part 2 comes out. I think I'm going to be on Friday, I'll be on the Katie Halper show talking about Bolivia.
Oh, wow.
And I think I'm going to try to get on a couple other shows as well. But yeah, it's a huge story. I don't think it gets enough play like it should. Bolivia is the heart of Latin America in a lot of ways. The struggle, like Bolivians are never going to, it's 6 months into a presidency. He's not going to make it out of this year.
Word.
And they're trying to get my guy. They're not going to get my guy.
Yo, big up to Cloud, all the work you doing, and she'll be joining us most likely tomorrow for Women's Wednesday. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we can talk about my second part interview with Evo and other news.
Awesome.
All right, sounds good.
Peace, comrades.
So we're gonna take a quick break. Don't walk out yet. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we be right back right here with no other than the Remix Morning Show. Yeah. Time for a remix on a remix. Check this out.
Hello, it's the soul. Hello, it's the soul. Trooping in with the jungle patrol. And this one's about the KOs, the knockouts out there who's holding my blood. Hold up. Wait a minute. Now just wait. We're gonna talk about Buddy on this plate. But before we let the herd out the gate, make sure all the levels are straight out the jungle. The jungle, the brothers. De La Soul, from the soul. Black medallions, no glow. Hanging out with bars, hanging out with bass. Buddy, all in my face. Full face.
All right, let me take you to a time and place. Let me take you to the year 1989. We talk about with De La Soul featuring Tribe Called Quest and Jungle Brothers. The name of that song is Buddy off the album 3 Feet High and Rising. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, go to patreon.com, become a member over there and get footage that's rare. Donate where? blkliberationmedia.org. Over there and get you some merch as you can see on the screen and be seen so you can let people know this is how it needs to go and how you need to be fly like that guy. All right, let's get back to it right here on the Remix Morning Show. Yeah.
All
right.
Jim Broski must wear a cap just in case the young girl likes to clap. Sorry. I had no idea what people was talking when the old folks talk about the clap. What is the clap?
What is the clap? I don't heard of gonorrhea.
I don't think I still know what the clap is. Which one is the clap?
Is that gonorrhea?
Or it could be
I think it's chlamydia. I thought
chlamydia. That might be a short for it. Yeah, the clap. Uh-oh.
When's
Is
the last
Evan
time-
looking up the clap?
I'm honestly just trying to verify it. I'm almost. Oh no, it's gonorrhea. Oof. my bad.
Oh,
Bing bang! I won.
gonorrhea.
Guess nobody wins with gonorrhea, but
Oh, everyone.
We're all losing right because of this.
Word. Well, we're supposed to have a guest host, but you know,
They'll be here. They'll be
we'll
here.
see. We'll see.
Well, you should
Um,
means you should hang out
Yeah.
until. What you got going on? You got a dentist appointment? Where you got to go? Get your tires rotated? Where you going?
me and the kids got some plans.
Oh, you're
Right.
daddying.
Yeah, I am.
I
Had
be
a good
seeing
night.
your doctor's children in the back. I said, look at you. They like if they like being around you, that's positive. Because your kids at an age they could duck you if they wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
They came and watched the game with me last night. It was
Hey,
great.
look at that. That's a good father. They want to spend time with you. Look at that.
I mean, I'm pretty cool.
You know, I believe you. It's hard to tell, you know what I mean, in these morning interactions, but you know.
I mean, when you got a job to do and you got to keep the train on the tracks, you're not trying to make friends. You're trying to make sure the train stays on the track so you can get to your destination.
You know, you're absolutely
That's
right.
what I do.
Shout out to A-Rob, Control Freak. Shout out to
I'm a Scorpio. Call me what you want.
your doctor got control issues.
Sure do. Continue. I mean, what y'all want? Y'all want a cookie wrapped up in a bag or something?
Oh,
yes,
Scorpio
that
says
is my
that's the way
job.
it is.
Exactly. Renee, how you doing over there?
Children are lovely. Your children are lovely, lovely kids. Like well presented, super articulate and polite. And he makes them speak, but they speak. They're not.
You got to in this world. You got to make it happen. And yeah, I just want to do I think we all want to do better than our parents. So,
Renee, do you make your child speak, or I mean, I imagine you have to make all kids. You have to compel them to speak.
Can you give a little speak when? Like you mean just in general?
Look at the person when they speak.
Oh no, he already does that. He's
okay.
Firm handshake.
But I mean, in some situations, he's better around adults than he is around other kids because he's an old soul, and so he'll engage in like a full-fledged conversation with an adult that he has never met, does not know, but they discovered some random thing that he, as a 15-year-old, like enjoys or thinks is cool, that the adult is like, how does this 15-year-old think this is cool? And then it goes from there. Like it's
I give you an example of what I mean by speak. So when I was walking, I used to walk my path, the trails around here, Dolo, and I'd see a group of kids, and I'm an elder. I'm speaking hello, and they just look at you. Hello, oh hey, like
he's
children
polite.
Look at you stupid. Like
no, he's polite. He's polite. So if you speak to him, he's gonna speak back to you. He's polite. So
okay, that's
I think they got to look at the parent, and once they see what the parent do, they like, okay, I can do it too.
Yeah, because I'm a like I always speak to people when they speak to me. So I think in his mind that's like the normal thing.
Come here real quick.
Oh,
come say hi real quick. They was asking about you. Bam, there he is in the building. All right, get out of here.
Jeez.
I swear,
you did not just get out of here. Lord.
It is like seeing your little clone, man. It is nuts when you.
That's how I used to look when I had my locks. Crazy. All right, but listen, Erica and Evan laced that run sheet. That's all I was saying. If you take a look at their run sheet, it is laced. That's why I was like, yo, did y'all see it? I even had to get Evan props before the show came on. I was like, yo, y'all did a great job. That's all I was saying. I'm not trying to be an a-hole, but I am.
Let's run the table then. Run the table. Let's go through all these joints. You know what I'm saying?
Let's hit this. Let's hit this next one. Another.
So wait, Air Doctor, are you finished? You done? You out?
I guess not yet. I sang around. I'm here. Let's go.
Okay, thank you so much. You tap back in when you get good and ready.
Shout out to Brother Jamil. You're not huge strength.
Peace, Deborah Brother Jamil.
For real, man.
I laid it down.
Oh,
good daddy. I love you, good father. It really warms my spirit. I love it so much.
Oh man.
Okay. Yo, big up to Kim. I mean, it's a lot of things going on in this world right now where women are getting abused. And I mean, we had just a sister got stabbed on the train at the MARTA here in Atlanta. Some other sister got killed. This is so much going on right now. It's ridiculous. But big up to the ones that stepping up, using their phone, stepping in and intervening. I've seen that also. So big up to the brothers and sisters that's doing that. So
there is, and there was a sad story, and unfortunately, I don't know where it came from, what part of the country, but it was they were honoring a 16-year-old who intervened in a domestic incident and tragically lost their life.
Oh my
and
God.
and I was like, wow, like what a hero. You know what I'm saying? This 16-year-old child, and it wasn't like a domestic incident that pertained to his household. Like it was, you know, a neighbor or a stranger kind of situation, and he got killed. And I really don't know what to say. Like I saw a video yesterday, random video. I love random people stuff. Anyway, the sister started recording. Why? Because she's walking down the street and a man pulls over to try to engage her, and she keeps walking and he keeps following her. She's like, why are you following me? Why are you following me? Then he gets belligerent. Well, you ain't all that, all da. But then she started to really get loud. He was like, you crazy. And she's like, yes, motherfucker, I am crazy. Like, and unfortunately, girls, all the girls, listen, we're never going to survive unless we get a little crazy. And I'm starting to see that is kind of my point. I'm seeing people oppressed, people, gay people, women, children, even resisting, responding, ready to defend themselves if necessary. And that's where we are. Like it is so dangerous. And I hate to even, I'm not even trying to fear monger. I encourage people to go out in the world and live your life and alone, solo, go do whatever you need to do, but be ready, dog. Be ready. Because motherfuckers is crazy out here and are attacking people randomly. Like anyway, I'm sorry, but let's go somewhere. Where y'all want to go news-wise? Remixers, thank y'all so much for being here with us. It's Black Liberation Media. Peace to the Ear Doctor. Peace to the Ear Doctor Jr. Peace to Renee, Evans, KB, Claudia. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Remixers, like the video, subscribe to the channel, support us. Go get you your summertime merch. Ear Doctor's going to do a fashion show for us. Of of that spring 2026 line at BLKLiberationMedia.org.
We gotta get some tank tops.
Oh yes.
I know Kim's excited about it.
She's a tank top wearer. Look at her right now.
I am a tank top wearer, but I love to see the man boobs. Love it.
You know what we should do? We should do a tank. We should do a tank top with like a sketch of Kim on it.
Me.
Yes. You know, did you see because tank tops are your thing?
I can see that.
So we gotta do a like burn it up, burn it down. Yeah, let me think on this.
You gotta get it with like a mic too, like she's like rap spitting or something like that. You gotta like. I feel like this could be.
I think these are all bad ideas. I don't like any of these.
you stay with the pistolas out there, Kim.
It's funny you say that, Renee, because I was thinking like women that I admire, like yourself, like Ricky Ryan, like Jackie Lukman, journalists like Cerise Castle. Like I would totally wear a Cerise Castle, I am Cerise Castle t-shirt. Like Cerise is very much alive and with us, but I mean, just to pay homage to our women that are right now, today, 2026, laying it down. Like, I would love that. But how can I sell a t-shirt with someone else's face on it? That's weird.
Evan, go ahead and pull up another story while you
oh my god, or just a mic on fire.
I do like the mic on fire idea.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right.
All right, I'm pulling it up.
And make sure y'all tune in as he pulls it up for the next Remix morning shows. Tomorrow, Women's Wednesday, a little bit of FIFA talk. Thursday, double no 7, a little bit of and then we talking about Smalls' rise as an organizer in fall. So
okay,
come back for that. All right.
No, we'll save the Chris Small story so they can do that later in the week. So this one, again, I mean, like I said, for me, it's a thread from the previous story we were talking about. But for anyone who, I mean, I'm sure we all remember the story of Elijah McClain, a young, he was like 22, massage therapist who was like coming home from getting like maybe an iced tea or something like that, and was stopped and harassed by the cops. and not harassed, assaulted by the cops, and then eventually paramedics came in and gave him an incredible dose of ketamine that he overdosed on and died at the hospital. So the more recent news is that a Colorado appeals court has reversed the convictions of 2 former paramedics in 2019 death of Elijah McClain. So we always talk about, not only does this highlight the kind of neo-settler colonial situation that we find ourselves in as Africans, but oftentimes when there is a conviction, when there is a win, that is held up, right, by the bourgeois media, by the liberal media, as like a proof, right, that there's this, even though bad things happen, right, like this state can still provide justice, right? First off, this is not justice. Elijah McClain is still gone. His family is still surely missing him. His friends are still missing him, right? So there's no justice here. But even in the small, like, attempt at it, or really attempt at validating the state, this stuff still happens, right? When you follow the story, stuff like this still happens. So a jury found Peter, I can't say this man's name, I don't care. A jury found Peter, the senior medical...
No, say his name so the community knows who's the danger.
Cichunik, let's go with that. Yeah. Peter Cichunik, the senior medical responder, and Jeremy Cooper, who injected McClain with ketamine, guilty of criminally negligent homicide in 2023. These are the two, don't they just look like upstanding citizens, right?
Klansmen. White Citizens Council, yes, upstanding members of the White Citizens Council.
That's facts, actually. The Colorado Court of Appeals on Thursday reversed the homicide convictions of 2 former Aurora paramedics charged in the 2019 death of Elijah McClain and ordered new trials. Paramedic Peter Cichunik and the senior medical responder on the scene, and Jeremy Cooper, who injected McClain with ketamine, were both convicted of criminally negligent homicide in December 2023. McClain, a 23-year-old Black massage therapist, died after he was forcibly detained by Aurora police while walking home from a convenience store, minding his own business. After officers claimed McClain was resisting, the paramedics injected him with an overdose of the sedative ketamine. He went into cardiac arrest while en route to the hospital and died 3 days later. The part that I wanted to point out, besides the fact of this, how wild this is of this being overturned, is later in the story, because the crux of it is that they essentially acted outside of their training, right? Outside of their supposed specialty and training. But what I thought was, let's do this. Cooper, who had faced up to 3 years in prison, was sentenced to probation. So they changed that from 3 years to probation. A judge originally sentenced Cichunik to 5 years in prison, but later vacated that sentence after he served 10 months. He was resentenced to 4 years of probation. So, okay, here's where this is what I wanted to point out. Both paramedics determined that 500 milligrams of ketamine was the correct dosage to give McClain based on his weight, which Cooper estimated to be 220 pounds.
What?
And Cichunik estimated to be 187 pounds.
When in actuality,
McClain actually weighed 143 pounds.
Jesus.
Let me tell y'all, man, I'm not a paramedic. I have no special classification, that would help me understand this other than maybe competition, right? You do not confuse someone who is 143 pounds with someone with 40 extra pounds or 220, right? Like, what? Thinking that he was 80 pounds or 40 pounds heavier than he was is something that would only have happened to a Black person, a Black man, right? So as he's struggling on the ground with, I'm sure, officers that were much larger than him, you see him on the ground. I've seen pictures of him before. He looks like he is a slight framed individual. He was a slight framed individual. There's no way you would look at him, even if from a picture, and be like, that dude's 187, right? So I just think this goes into the kind of the way in which not just Black people, broadly speaking, Black men in this particular case, right, are seen as dangerous, predators, aggressive, heavier than we are, larger than we are, more dangerous than we are, right? And it always translates to us being in more danger, right? Because of the way we're perceived. And this is the state that we find ourselves in, and it's terrifying, right? Thinking about the children in my life, right? Thinking about the kids, all of our kids, all of our young people, our people, right, out here, you know, in these dangerous situations where you can get mischaracterized in such a fatal way, right, by people who are supposed to be ostensibly there to help. The only thing I wanted to point out, besides the fact that these two guys just got off, was it? I'll share my screen again, just to finish the story. Sorry, man, I get pissed off reading this shit. So in September 2021, a grand jury indicted Chichunik and Cooper along with 3 other Aurora police officers. What happened to those police officers? Former Aurora police officer Randy Rodema was found guilty of criminally negligent homicide and 3rd-degree assault. And former Aurora police officer Jason Rosenblatt was acquitted of all charges in a joint trial, also with the same judge. And the 3rd officer indicted in the case, Nathan Woodyard, was also acquitted of all charges in his trial. So one person out of the 5 that were involved in this murder, right? This murder of Elijah McClain, have essentially, you know, been let off, right? With either let off or acquitted, or have been, you know, their cases or their convictions overturned. So,
and can I just go back to Elijah McClain, like, as a person?
Yeah, man.
And like hearing the stories about him, about how like he was so like quiet. I believe, if I remember correctly, he was somewhere on the spectrum. So he was very like introverted.
Yeah.
He was a musician. Being a massage therapist is one of those pursuits that people only take when like their interest is to take care of other people, right? Like literally, because you have to want to physically make people feel better to go into massage therapy as like as a profession, right?
Right.
And recalling the audio of him saying like, I'm sorry, like him inertly recognizing that he was about to be in so much danger and trying to figure out how does he like get these people to understand that he's not dangerous, he's not a problem, he's not going to cause any harm to anybody, he just wants to go home. And you know, like he's tall and he's thin, and whenever I see young men like this, I think of my son, because he's also like tall and thin. He's 15, but he's much taller than most 15-year-olds because his mama. And just, you know, like that idea that you can't just safely like walk home from the convenience store, right? And, you know, every story along the way, like you go back in your mind and it just reminds you of all these children just doing things that children do. And Elijah McClain was an adult. He was 22 years old, but it's just, Leah, that is a good word. It was excruciating. Like everything about that scenario, which ended in the loss of his life, was painful.
I just wanted to bring up this picture, and just so we could, you know, hold him up. But yeah, yes to everything you're saying, Renee. And again, right, like this person is so obviously, you know what I mean?
Say his name.
Elijah McClain, so obviously not 187, not 220, right? Was aggressed by five grown-ass men who are all bigger than him, and lost his life because of it.
And don't forget, I mean, first of all, Black disabled people are exponentially more likely to be killed by the police. But what even initiated the police engaging Elijah in the first place is that I assume some cracker, because who the fuck else would call the police when they see a Black person wearing a ski mask, which is why the police were even called on him in the first place. He was wearing a ski mask. Why? Because he has a condition in which the cold, he did not, he had to, I think he was anemic, that he would get cold very easily. That's why he was wearing a ski mask, but he's wearing a ski mask in fucking Colorado. Okay. I would think that's not an unusual thing. He went into the convenience store, he paid for his items, and upon his exit is when he was confronted, or on his way back home when he was confronted by police. But some cracker called the cops. Why? Because this Negro looks out of place. This doesn't look right. He looks suspicious. He's wearing a ski mask in Colorado. What's going on here? Somebody needs to go and interrogate that and figure out what's going on. So, due to his disability and how he was compensating for his disability was enough for white society to engender them state boys, the agents, right, to come in and deal with him. And also, I wanted to just say, my comrades Taya Graham and Stephen Janis in the aftermath of Elijah McClain's death did a really good investigative piece about the use of ketamine in Colorado, specifically by paramedics and EMTs who are summoned to a scene usually by police. Like, this was like a thing. Like, unfortunately, Elijah was not the only person that this had occurred to, and I don't even believe he was the only person to have died as a result of a ketamine overdose given to a person encountering law enforcement and administered to them by responding paramedics. So look into that also if you guys are interested, because it was not a one-off, unfortunately, for Elijah in this case.
Jeez. The fact that injecting someone with ketamine is even on the table,
right? Like
injecting someone in that situation, when someone is like, when cops are just like swarming this person, the thought that like injecting, you don't know their medical history, you don't know what they're allergic, like it is just, I don't know, man. It makes no sense other than we exist here.
And I think about that in the use of tasers as well, right? Like, people have heart conditions. Like, you can't look at someone and tell they have a heart condition. You hit them with a taser, they're dead.
Yeah. And that was one of the stories right here. This cop in Michigan put a taser on somebody for 40 seconds and then did it again on another person.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't no rules, y'all. Fuck the rules. Fuck the fucking rules, kids. All right. And in the future, and I know it may run contrary to what some families of victims of police violence may say, fuck justice. Get revenge. Okay. There ain't no justice for nothing. Revenge for, vengeance for. Like, this keeps happening because these people who do this to us aren't being sufficiently punished. And I don't mean punished via the system. They aren't being punished. That's why they continue. So ain't no more justice. Stop trying to pursue justice. Get vengeance and revenge.
All right. YouTube.
I mean, I'm not explicitly, I didn't say
allegedly.
Don't
word we need to put out there.
If it means blocking them online. Okay, yes.
There you go. Daruba said you just need to leave 6. There you go. We're just gonna leave it there. Daruba said leave 6.
I just want to highlight just these interesting comments, hypothetically, right? Just like calling out historical points, right? A-Rob said funerals on both sides, like George Jackson said. I don't know what that would apply to, but I appreciate the comment.
It's funny. I watched the movie back in the day called White Man's Burden with Harry Belafonte and John Travolta, and it was like the total opposite of black people was in charge, and sometimes feels like Atlanta to me. But it's funny, when a white person comes in my neighborhood, I'll be like, yo, what is your business here? But I don't think about taking them out. You know what I'm saying? It's more like, what are you doing here, first of all? And I'm thinking colonization because I just know that from history. But at the same time, I don't think about taking them out. Like, we just built different, man. We are just built different. We'll ask them, you need help? You looking for something? You come up in their neighborhood, it's like, kill them.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's awful. And I don't know, man. I feel like I struggle with this all the time, right? Because like I feel like we get into these like biological based conversations around like differences between us. At the end of the day, like, we exist in a material context, right, where we are colonized and they are not, where we exist in like a situation where we have to come together as communities to protect ourselves, right, to take care of ourselves. And all they know, right, is colonization, as you said, your doctor, is violence, is like policing us, right? Is like, are you supposed to be here? What are you supposed to, you know what I'm saying? All the, like, it's just a completely different, yeah, we just exist in completely different context, right? So, given how the U.S. settler colonial imperialist state operates, right, is no surprise to me. And how white supremacy operates, it's no surprise to me that we operate differently, you know. But
all right,
yeah, man.
I don't have a break because I didn't think I was gonna be here, so I guess we can just keep going with the next.
You are the break, sir. Be the break.
Be the break.
Feel the break.
Is there, Evan? Is there another story that you wanna talk about?
Well, no, not particularly. I think we can move, not in that vein. I think we can move to like something else. Like we can talk about Iran. We can talk about, I want to save the Chris Smalls one for later in the week. The John Bolton.
Who's doing Chris Smalls one? I still haven't read that article, so I'm not suggesting we do it. I just want to make sure I'm present.
I set it up for Friday.
For Friday? Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
We want to talk about this H-1B visa.
Let's do it.
Wait a minute, hold on. You said John Bolton. Wait a minute. Do I hear the system eating one of its own? What? Wait.
Oh, we can do if that got that face from Kim, we should do that one first.
Let's go.
I wouldn't say the system eating its own. I would say the system gently caressing and
nibbled them.
Off. You know what I'm saying? Like the most.
I was surprised to hear that he pled guilty. I was like, oh, okay. But nothing's going to happen.
Millions of dollars to spend on the bail. Like, it don't matter to him. Like, it's not, I don't know, man. It's just.
But it's the humiliation of it all. You understand? Like, this guy was national security, top upper echelon. Now you have been found, or you have pled guilty. You didn't even go to the trial. He was like, fuck it. They got the goods on me. I'm going to go ahead and plead guilty.
Sorry, Kim, are you implying that these people have shame? Is that what you're implying?
I'm sorry. I do try to think like a normal person, and that's wrong in this day and time. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. I guess there is no shame.
No.
Whatever.
Not at all.
His mustache is top tier.
Top tier. Look at that shit. You can sweep the floor with that mustache.
The push broom joint.
That's like the Pringles potato chip man.
That's
Can I tell you guys real quick that I actually met and interviewed John Bolton? I've been around these devils.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, up close. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I have a picture with him.
Listen, we got top tier journalists here on this screen. Y'all better recognize.
I just want to note that she said that and laughed, and like 10 minutes ago she was trying to claim like not being as like real as a journalist, like the journalist that she admires. Which is why I just ignore her when she said that.
Renee.
Y'all are funny. Well, because you know why, Renee? Because so much of what I've done doesn't exist anymore on the internet. Like it got deleted or erased, or I have it somewhere archived that I've not uploaded. So people don't think I've done things. So I'm just like, well, fuck it. That's fine.
I know you've done things.
Oh, thank you, beloved. That nigga's small too. He's a little.
Oh, he looks small,
like a pocket demon. Yeah.
A pocket demon elf. Like, okay. The news: John Bolton has plead guilty to mishandling classified documents charge. Look at that. Former National Security Advisor John Bolton will plead guilty to one charge relating to his handling of classified information, according to a person familiar with the deal between prosecutors and Bolton's attorneys. Under the agreement, Bolton is expected to plead guilty to one felony count of unlawful retention of national defense information, said the person, who was granted anonymity to discuss the not yet public deal. Excuse me. That can carry a penalty of up to 10 years in prison, but the deal would limit the 77-year-old national security experts. You see how they threw that in there? He's a national security expert, but he's mishandling it. Whatever. Let me stop.
That's why he's an expert.
Politico. 77-year-old national security expert's potential prison time to no more than 5 years, while keeping open the option for Bolton's attorneys to urge the judge to impose no jail time. Bolton has also agreed to pay $2.25 million, or $1 million fine. The person.
Hold on. You said 2.2 million?
2.25.
Nigga, that's the fucking punishment right there. Like,
do you have $2.25 million to just like? I
got $2,500.
I was about to say it's a drop in the bucket for this dude.
For
It's
this
a
guy,
drop in the
does he
bucket
have
for this dude.
does he have money for
Yes.
real? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Like this was the negotiated amount because this is the amount that would look good but wouldn't hurt him.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. U.S. District Judge Theodore Chuang, a Maryland-based Obama appointee, has set a hearing in the case for June 26th. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, essentially, like, FBI made headlines. They raided his house. Actually, listen, I'll read this. The FBI made headlines last August when federal agents searched Bolton's home in Maryland. The agency's search led to rampant speculation that officials were acting on orders from the White House, with President Donald Trump publicly pressuring the Department of Justice to pursue his political foes. But the FBI later revealed that it found documents containing classified markings in Bolton's D.C. office. Bolton was indicted last October on a total of 18 counts of allegedly sharing and illegally storing classified information. Initially, he entered a not guilty plea. Bolton spent 1 year as national security advisor during Trump's first term, but he later turned against the president, becoming a vocal opponent of Trump's national security strategy. Prosecutors allege that Bolton routinely shared classified information from White House meetings and diplomatic encounters, compiling details of those events into messages he exchanged with family members through a personal email account. Those missives then became source material for a book Bolton wrote, although he was never charged with including classified information in what was published. So just to be clear, this national security expert routinely sent classified information via his email. I'm pretty sure when it says family members, I think his wife was included in that when I read another story, for his book, to write his book. And I think his pushback was like, well, but there was nothing classified in the book. So, I didn't, the book got published and was cleared for not having anything classified in it. So, no harm, no foul. Of course, there's like
I just want to point out also, because you just can't like
beat this stuff up, man. Like,
so I'm cackling over here because this is so ludicrous. This whole situation is so ludicrous. So this dude worked under Bush and then worked under Trump.
Yes.
Was stealing documents, wrote an entire book, and he's pleading guilty to one charge. One charge.
Single charge.
That's probably not going to result in him spending 1 day behind bars. He may have to give up his $2.25 million, but I'm sure he has plenty left and he will be just fine. And he's being like held up because he was, if I remember correctly, when the book came out, wasn't he being held up as like a whistleblower?
Yes.
by the liberal media, by the MSNBC. Yes. John Bolton, hero, Renee. I think you misheard. The word was hero.
This is giving me a bellyache. I'm laughing so hard. This is so absurd.
So, but wait, I find this interesting because I want to use it to contrast what the future Democratic political power will look like. And it's not going to even look like this. You understand? When the Democrats, if they do reclaim, if we have elections and all that, but if Democrats ever reclaim the White House and control of the Congress, you're not going to see legitimate criminals that have done things under the Trump, regime. You're not going to see them held to account. I actually feel sorry for a lot of these white and black liberals and Democrat. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to have Nuremberg, and be ready for trial. And I'm like, if you think these pussy ass Democrats led by who? Hakeem Jeffries? I'm sorry. You think they're going to run the table on a bunch of charges on probably hundreds, maybe even thousands of people who have legitimately committed crimes of, embezzlement or fund misappropriation or outright violence committed under this regime? You think the Democrats are going to do any of that? They aren't. They're not going to even do this with this little shit that Trump did to John Bolton. They're not going to even do this. So I find it interesting that Trump, demon as he is, makes time for the petty. Okay, like nigga, he wields the levers of power. He is going to sick his process, the DOJ on anyone that crosses him, regardless. But when the Democrats regain power, if they do, you're not going to even see the likes of that.
Kim, I just want to read 2 more points to illustrate your point, or 2 more paragraphs to illustrate your point from the same article. Under President Joe Biden, the Justice Department dropped this lawsuit and any probe into Bolton. Shortly after the suit was dropped, Bolton notified officials that he believed his email had been hacked by Iran, which prompted a renewed investigation into his conduct. The unauthorized retention charge Bolton is expected to plead guilty to is generally viewed as less serious than the unlawful transmission counts he faced, although all of them carry a maximum 10-year sentence on each count, which he's obviously not going to serve. But I mean, Kim, again, to your point, this, right? But also, what happens every time, right? When we get a Democrat in office, right? When Obama came in office, he was like, "Well, we got to move on. We got to move on. Don't talk about that. I talk about old shit." When Biden came into office, same deal, right? So, like, these people, because these people belong to the same class, the same and serve the same ruling class, right? That subjugates all of us, right? They're gonna fall in line, right? And it's gonna be, we don't want to muddy the waters, and we got to be bipartisan, and we got to move forward, and blah 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 blah. So everything you said, Kim, that is what we would see.
I'm gonna start walking out of interviews like Trump when I'm asked the wrong question.
Mr. President, we traveled all this way. Mr. President, we traveled all the way to Wisconsin. I'm like, listen, Roker, you probably flew a private jet here. What the fuck are you talking about? You didn't get off a bus. You didn't catch a bus to Wisconsin. But Mr. President, we traveled all this way. We traveled all this way.
Let's highlight this sycophantic behavior from what so-called journalists, not like Kim. You know what I'm saying? Not like burn down Kim Brown. Nah. They faking out here.
Let Tucker Carlson tell it. There's Kim Browns in every newsroom. I said, where? Yeah. Oh, you check your newsroom. There's Kim Brown right there. Is it, nigga? Really? I don't think so.
All right. So, wow. Trump crashes out and cuts his interview with Welker short as she presses him on his lack of evidence for claiming elections are rigged. You're either, quote, you're either crooked or you're stupid. Let's call it quick. Because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. He tells her. Quote, I traveled all the way to
darling
for this interview, she pleads, right? So we just, give you a flavor. We're going to run this back. Hold on.
Real quick. Okay.
The election was rigged.
What's up?
No, I just wanted to say when he called her crooked, she said, I'm not crooked. But when he called her stupid, she did not rebut. I just wanted to.
Yo. That is a petty call out, but I appreciate that. Hilarious. I did not catch that. Let's all enjoy it together.
Yes, please.
The election was rigged. It was a dirty election, and it's happening again right now in California.
Presented evidence.
It's happening right now in California. Right now, it's look at what's happening in California.
To that?
It's
the
4
Republicans
days.
Are doing well in
California. They're not. They're dropping fast because it's a rigged election. Let me tell you, it's 4 days, and they aren't even close to coming up with.
That's how they count.
You know why they're doing that? Because they're cheating on the election.
Do you have evidence to support
all I have to do is look. All I have to do is look.
That's not evidence.
And I listen to people, and let's see what happens.
But sir, that's not evidence.
Do you think it's appropriate?
That's how they count the votes in California.
Do you think it's appropriate that they have an election and 5 days later they're nowhere close to picking a winner?
State and local officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urging.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote in California.
They're crooked, just like you're crooked. Your press is crooked. And Meet the Press is crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's
really.
Let's
well,
continue.
You play right into their hands.
Let's continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid.
You
play right into their hands with this rap. You know that these elections are rigged. Your network knows that they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But Mr. President,
you know why I got that? Because you have no credibility.
But you've never presented evidence that it was rigged. Let's keep talking about. I want to talk about Todd.
You have more evidence. There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk about
your elections in this country. We're like a third world country. Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked, and so is ABC and CBS. And CNN.
But Mr. President,
you're one-sided crooked networks. All right, let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat in the rain.
I know. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
On and off in the rain. and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press because you know what?
Mr.
A
President,
country can never be great with a dishonest
Listen, we
press.
traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
Wow. Did he really say that at the end?
Yes.
Wow.
There's a little bit at the end also.
I spoke with President Trump on Saturday, and we both acknowledged the complications during the interview posed by the rain. He agreed to sit down with me for another Meet the Press interview.
So she just had this experience, and her thought is, let's run that.
Let's do it again.
Let's run that back. You know, he didn't tell me enough names. He didn't insult me enough. Let's run that back. Can we also just take a moment to just enjoy how incredibly orange he is, but also look at this gremlin, man. Look at him. Look at the way he's just he looks like such a miserable human being from inside out. I know he's spitting. I know his breath probably stank. Like he's so close to yeah. If she didn't work for the bourgeois media, you know what I'm saying, I would feel bad for her. If she weren't pleading her case, trying to be like, but we traveled so far.
So is Fox the only good station? He's saying.
I mean, that's the only one he didn't call. Did he?
Right.
Oh, actually, he didn't say NBC. Did he say NBC? I don't know if he said NBC.
That was implied, given the.
Was it? But what's funny is CBS is owned by his people.
Exactly.
So I was surprised to hear him say CBS because those his people.
Maybe that's on
Like,
the
that's
heels
his
of Scott Pelley's firing, right? I don't know. Who knows for CBS?
But they fired him for having the audacity to complain because they've gone in the direction of supporting this administration and doing all the wild stuff. And he complained about it. And that's why he got fired. I mean, he's, obviously equally complicit. Like his complaint means nothing. But I thought that was interesting that he threw CBS under the bus when they're very much aligned with him.
But I mean, Renee, they're very much aligned, but does that mean they're lockstep with him? Because that is what the criticism is for real, right? Like for him, it's like all of this media is illegitimate unless it 100% agrees and aligns with me,
Yeah.
So here's my theory with like a CBS, right? So you remember they did that interview and he got all upset because she read the quote and he was like, how could you read that quote? Blah, 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 blah.
How could you read back to me what I said publicly?
Right. And so my theory about a CBS is all of that is show. Right. So like he knows that quote's going to be read. He's well aware that all of this is coming and they're all playing this game to make it appear as if CBS is still slightly the news when it's not really. And so, and I wonder if he threw CBS. Now I'm like, I got my tinfoil hat on. I'm like, did he say CBS just so people think CBS is not truly aligned with him, even though they're fully aligned with him? So it gives people the impression that there's some kind of beef when there's not. This is the stuff that floats around in my brain all day, y'all. Sorry.
Makes sense.
That's why you gotta come here.
And it also these interactions legitimize these institutions, right? That we know lie all the time. They lie all the time. Like just like they lied about the genocide right now in Palestine, right? So of course, right? Like, I mean, in a way, right, this helps to launder their reputation because he's so, caustic and so out there, they get to seem reasonable, right, in this way. So I think that's also part of it, Renee, to your point. And
I'm sorry, did those sound like very hard-hitting question, Mr. President? Where's your evidence? Where's your evidence? I mean, Kirsten Welker's being heralded as the conquering hero. Oh, she confronted the president. Did she confront the president? Like she repeated the same question over and over again, and that passes these days as confrontation to the most prolific liar who literally lies all the time. She could have ran the table on shit that he's lied about pertaining to the elections, and she just kept repeating the same thing over and over again, and that's being praised as really hard-hitting journalist. Way to hold his feet to the fire there, Kristen. Why? she doesn't give JD Vance that same business when he comes on Meet the Press. She doesn't give Scott Bassett or any of the other, like Christian Welker does very fawning interviews, in my opinion, with this administration. That's every time I make the mistake of watching Meet the Press, I'm always mad that I did it. I said, why the fuck did I tune into this shit? Because I'm always angry watching her interviews, especially with members of this administration. And I mean, so what? Trump shit his pants and threw a hissy fit. Big fucking deal. Like the US media is falling down on doing anything, very little. And those that have constant or regular face-to-face interactions with this president or this administration usually fall down on the fucking job, right? If we get anything critical reporting wise, it's coming from either alternative media or better resourced media, but and that has its limitations. So I don't know.
And that is exactly why y'all need to continue to let everybody know if they want the real deal, come right here to Black Liberation Media and watch the Remix Morning Show. With that said, wrapping up this show for another day. This is the 9th day of June. Yes,
it's 10 o'clock.
Already. Damn near. So
well, your damn near sometimes be like 9:48. I don't know what time.
I usually always try to wrap up 5 minutes before the show is over. Man, what time is it? 5 minutes before the show is over. All right, so Evan, what you got coming up?
You already know. Coming up,
Deacon Evan's going to read the community calendar.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pass around the plate while I pull up the screen. This Wednesday, the Assad Shakur Popular Education Session will be coming back. We never left, but just coming back this week. The election of Barack Obama, Blackness leadership, and DC's political future. We'll be talking about a lot of good stuff. Please come and join us. Please register. Let me put this link in the chat real quick. But per usual, this Wednesday from 7 to 9, there's a virtual option as well. But we encourage anyone who is able to come in person to come join us at 1 DC Black Workers and Wellness Center in Southeast. So yeah, just want to highlight that, and it'll be in the chat.
Hey, Evan, real quick, because I am curious about the radical Washingtonians' take on this mayoral primary. So I'd like to tap into that, because I didn't realize that both Janice Lewis George and Kenya McDuffie are both former prosecutors. I said, gross. Anyway, but PACA, DMV, PG City County Council elections. Who should I vote for, or should I not care? So yeah, let us know. I want to know who I should vote for. It's voting time.
Well, we can't make any recommendations given our status of who should vote for, but we will lay it all out. Nicely.
You can text me who to vote for. You got to tell the world. You can just tell me who I should vote for. It's fine.
No, I got you, Kim.
All right. Renee Johnston, what you got coming up this Saturday?
So if everyone remembers, we had oh my Lord, I just had a complete meltdown in the brain. We had Joe Tashi come on a while back from Massachusetts to discuss his run to replace Ed Markey in Massachusetts in the senator race on behalf of the PSL of Massachusetts. So he's going to join us on Saturday so we can have a more in-depth conversation about third-party politics and all the things. And then also, and I know everyone's been on bated breath waiting for this full announcement to come out. I know. Exciting. So Lara Shiha is going to be in town.
We seeing your emails. We seeing your emails. Take them down.
Stay out of Renee's business.
Is going to be in town for her book event. She's doing her Northeast tour, and she's going to stop in New Jersey. So that is going to happen at the Hub on the 25th. Doors are open at 6. We'll start the conversation at 6:30. I'm very excited because, as folks know, I love Lada. That's my homie. And so we'll be doing that also.
All right. Well, we were supposed to have a special guest host. She was going to tell us about a show coming up Wednesday, which was supposed to be Dr. Rosa Clemente, and she has Fred Hampton coming on this Wednesday, so make sure y'all tune in for that. Fred Hampton Jr., my bad. And also make sure y'all tune in at 11 a.m. on Thursday as me and Kim Brown break down the music of DMX.
Earl.
I expect a reference to his movie with Jet Li, Cradle to the Grave. Shout out to DMX.
All the movies he did. Come and check it out.
That's right. He did. He was an actor.
He did. What was the other? What was the one with the chick who?
Aaliyah?
No, not Aaliyah. The other girl who was in A Bronx Tale.
Oh, girl from Belly.
Belly, that's the movie I was thinking of. That's DMX.
Yeah,
Yes.
Belly. Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, he was in Belly. One of the best movies ever.
I saw a thing that was like, this was the best intro of any movie ever made, with the with the light and then walking through with the music, and I was like, is there a better start to a movie? And I was
Yeah, I
like,
know.
oh,
They
and
redid that for the New York Knicks too. I was like, oh, y'all bugging. But anyway, hey, come here real quick. Let them know.
Here we go.
Let them know what they should be tuning into tomorrow. Could we do that? All right, come here. Let them know what the Remix Morning Show. All right.
Remix Morning Show.
Oh my God! A little more energy. Come on.
Tune into the Remix Morning Show tomorrow.
Yeah, we out of here.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So we'll be back tomorrow. I'm the Ear Doctor. That's Kim Brown. That's Evan. That's Renee Johnson. Peace out. Y'all have a great one.
Peace.
Organize, rise. Black Liberation Media is a collective of Black and African organizers, journalists, academics, and media personalities serving Black and African masses seeking to further grow in their understanding of themselves, their histories, and the African world through entertainment and news. Please continue to like, subscribe, and donate to the channel so we can further serve you and liberate our people. You can also go to blkliberationmedia.org, get some merchandise, and also become a Patreon member and a member from the YouTube. Please do what you can, share, and show your love as we will show ours for you. Black Liberation Media.